G'day. Today we're going to make tomato sauce out of our excess of tomatoes. We're going to make use of our homegrown garlic along with a lot of other ingredients, and also we're going to try this a little bit different. Don't have any apples at the moment, so we're going to try it with Sicilian nectarines, and we're going to hope like buggery that it works. But anyway, hang around. I hope you enjoy it. So this is what we've got for this recipe for tomato sauce. We have 2 tablespoons of salt, half a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, a tablespoon each of whole cloves and whole allspice, which are in this sort of tea spice strainer, so we're not going to have to sift them out afterwards. A couple of large onions, 2 kilos of tomatoes, 2.5 cups of malt vinegar, and 2 cups of white sugar. The tomatoes are from our garden, as is the garlic. Normally this recipe calls for 3 cooking apples, Granny Smith, something along those lines. But we're going to try something a bit different today. We're going to use some Sicilian nectarine. They're ripe, there's a lot of them, they're very sweet. So we've approximated roughly about 2/3 of the volume of 3 apples to try that out in the dish. The only next step of processing this is to put it all into a large pot. The garlic that we had, that's some homegrown garlic from this season, has been grated, and that's ready to go in. So we're going to add that to the mix. Once that's incorporated properly, we're going to get that onto the heat and put our little spice holder in with cloves and allspice. Okay, we get the trusty wooden spoon and away we go. I wish you could smell that. It smells absolutely beautiful, and the colours, the scent of the nectarine, and mixed with the tomato and the onion and garlic, so nice. This is going to cook down, render down, and we'll keep stirring it to incorporate the vinegar and sugar with the rest of the vegetable and dry ingredients. The mixture of fruit here I think is going to make this beautiful. These passata bottles, they're perfect for it. They obviously held a tomato sauce product in them before, about the kind of volume that we want to keep the sauce in. Lids seal well, and they're easy to sterilise. So now it's time to get them cleaned up, get them in the oven and sterilise them. The bottles have been cleaned. We're popping them into a baking tray. They'll go into a preheated 150 degrees Celsius oven. Maybe I'll put the Fahrenheit down below. Leave them there for 20 minutes to half an hour just to sterilise them before you're actually going to put the sauce into them for long-term storage. The sauce is stewed down really well. We have removed our spice holder because it wouldn't do for that to be in there on the next step, which is to use the stick mixer to vitamise the sauce down so we can bottle it. And now we'll ladle fill. All of these bottles will use a funnel, which will make it easier to get it into the bottles. We might put this into a bit of time lapse for you while I do this filling. So what we're going to do now is cap these bottles. As you can see, as usual, I got myself a little bit excited about how much this would make. However, that's why I always prepare a smaller container for what's left over, and it's basically filled that container pretty nicely. I'm really happy with that. The natural pectins in the nectarines that have gone into this sauce will help congeal it and thicken it as it cools. You do need to have it pretty liquid though to get into the containers when you're using the funnel. That's it. Our sauce is made. It's great that we've been able to use some of our excess tomatoes and some of our nectarines. I don't know how it's going to turn out using nectarine instead of apple, but I'm excited to find out, and I'll let you know as time passes by. If this is of interest to you, these kind of videos, think about liking and subscribing. I'd really appreciate that, and it will help the channel grow. So I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you next time. Take care. I couldn't wait. I had to try it out. Let's see. That's really good. That's really nice. It's sweet. It's got the bite from the vinegar, the cayenne. You can taste the garlic, tomato flavours, really, really rich. And the nectarines haven't overpowered it. You can taste they're there. It's very floral, but it's good. I'm really pleased. See you next time.